Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. We're presented by the Navy Federal Credit Union. Time to shine the light on one of my favorite sports, one that I played growing up in high school with infielder Eddie Diaz. And Eddie, as you guys get set for the Patriot League tournament, I mean, it almost seems like we're at the end of this long grind that just seemingly started yesterday. What's the key to staying fit and ready to play as much physically, but as you know, this is such a grind mentally? How do you stay sharp this late in the season, obviously with great stakes on the line now coming up this weekend?
Definitely, I would say it's a determining factor with when it comes to determination and motivation from the team itself. Coming along with finals as well, being in the way, just being mentally tough and preparing ourselves for what's to come this weekend. Pretty big spot in a situation where we're able to take the game away from Bucknell on Saturday, and from there move on to hopefully Army. We got to get those wins back against them, but just staying mentally prepared and physically fit. I think that's a key. That's a key goal in maintaining the goal we want to achieve for this weekend coming up.
This sport, as you know, is so humbling. 1 minute there's euphoria, and the next batter, you could end up, dejected and mad at yourself. But what's the key to just get to the next play, the next at bat? What do you do to try and put that stuff behind you in situations like that?
Definitely, you got to learn from the mistakes. You're going to make errors. You're going to make mistakes at the plate. You're going to miss pitches that you needed to hit, or we're right there down the middle. But with that being said, as long as you're efficient, as long as you're learning from what you previously did and understanding where you went wrong, there's going to be successful moments. This is a sport where obviously 3 out of 10 times you're going to succeed. You're going to fail more times than you do succeed in this sport. And that's where, that mentally tough aspect comes in. And we got to be ready to go into this series, just ready to go and maintaining our focus with that.
In this sport, when you play defense well, it can help your pitchers so much. You guys in the middle of the diamond have been so good in terms of getting double plays for your pitchers. What's the key to developing, though, a double play combination? Because at some point it just has to be instinctive, smooth, rhythmic in itself. But how does that develop?
Definitely with your teammates. You create that culture and that environment where that relationship is just as good as you have with your own brother, with your own blood brother. You create that on and off the field with your teammates, like my third baseman, Brock, and with my second baseman, you have Henry or you have Ivan. With that being said, you create that bond where it's just like, that play's coming. You have that trust and that confidence in your teammate where they're going to be able to come up with a play with the ball, and you got to do the same thing right back and throw it over to first base, Logan Keller. So, it's just that bond and connection we have with one another on and off the field.
As an infielder, how much confidence is it having a guy like Logan over at first, knowing you can pretty much throw it anywhere over there and he's going to go get it for you sometimes?
100%. It's such a confidence booster. He's definitely helped me out in some plays this year. I'm not going to lie. I got to give credit where it's due. He's helped me out a bunch of times over there at first. Even on my good plays where I make a bad throw, Keller's right there to help me out with it. Even on some of my easier plays as well, I made a bad throw, one hopper, Logan's right there to pick me up right after.
As an infielder, and when in college, we've seen so many surfaces pop up now. We've seen the synthetic surface on some infields. Obviously, there's still some natural grass and regular dirt and clay out there. What's the challenge on playing on those different surfaces?
For sure, when it comes to turf, you got to be careful with that rain. For sure, that ball is going to skip towards you like you've never seen it before. It's like playing with rubber balls at that point. That ball is going to skip towards you. And when you're playing on real grass and real dirt, you got to be careful with the bounces. We played in some fields this year where the dirt and the grass were just not in our favor. But, you got to be able to handle situations. You got to be able to read the ball, charge the ball when you need to, stay back on the ball when you have to. And, you got to use your arm at that point.
Is that one of the toughest parts about being an infielder, is knowing when to charge and when to stay back?
I would say it definitely is. That ball might be coming off 100 miles per hour off the bat. There's no other option but to stay back and hold your ground with that ball. Make sure it hits off your chest, and from there, try and make a hard throw. And then also when you got that slow grounder, slow bouncy ball, you just got to come up and charge it. Make time where it's due, let go of the ball, get rid of it, and make a play. See what happens after that.
Your roommates with one of the new football captains in Will Harbor. Kind of give us a little insight into. We know what Will looks like when he puts the football pads on and the helmet and everything. He's an absolute mauler as a linebacker. But just kind of give us some insights into who Will Harbor is as someone who sees him every day.
Man, he is probably the best roommate you could ever have. Sincerely, he comes into the room every single day. We just chirp it up, start talking with one another, talking about our practices, talk about our days. He's such an inspirational person as well. He's always giving out feedback to not just myself, but to company mates and to also his teammates. He's in a big spot this year, being captain, and he knows what he's going to go through, and he understands that. And I'm always here to talk to him for that. And he's just a great person, someone I could always rely on when I need advice, or someone to just get the talking going, get something going.
You obviously grew up in an area where baseball is prevalent. They can play it all the time, which is such a huge advantage for those of us here that have always lived in the Northeast. And it's 25 degrees in February. We're not doing too much outside with the aluminum bat in our hand. But, growing up around guys like Neto and other people like that, just what was it like playing baseball in that kind of culture and that kind of community growing up that obviously helped you achieve being a Division I baseball player?
Yeah, that atmosphere in Florida is, especially Miami, it's just a different breed, in my opinion. You got guys from all over the country playing in that specific area, and you're going against top pitchers, top players, top defensive shortstops, catchers, you name it. They're all there. That atmosphere is incredible. You cannot let up. You just can't let up. There's always going to be someone working harder than you or better than you, at that point. But as long as you keep it going, as long as you keep moving forward and trusting yourself, trusting your confidence in your abilities and your skills, you're going to reach that point where, where I'm at now. Division I level, it's just a great opportunity for players in the Miami area to be where they're at, especially with Zach Neto. He was a role model. I was his second baseman. He was my shortstop. And that being said, first person in this class to make it to the show. So that's great. Great feeling right there.
No doubt. For you guys, I'll let you out on this. For you guys to be successful this weekend, what has to happen?
What has to happen? We got to stay tough. This Bucknell team, they really love to play against us. They love to hit off us, and we're going to shove it right back to them. We're going to get the bats rolling. We're going to help our pitchers out. They've been shoving for the past weeks, and we need to prove to our pitchers that we can give the right we can give that right we could get things rolling. You know what I mean? It's going to be a confidence booster for our pitchers and for our teammates as well. As long as we keep moving, the bats are going to roll, and we're going to get Bucknell. We're going to get them.
Always a pleasure to talk to you, big fella. Appreciate the time, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Have a blessed one.